Hello, friends. It is day 68 of my challenge, Sunday night. Originally, I was going to tell you a story, but, the topic today, I'll probably end up sharing some stories, anyways. This morning, I started the day off with an event with the Living Room series, and every month they have a little get together just talking about deeper subjects and allowing people to discuss them openly in a safe space. And it's quite amazing just to hear people's stories and perspectives. And so today's topic was self compassion. And that is definitely a big topic. So I'm not going to get too deep, too into it, because um, I just won't be able to do it justice. That's more of a conversation that I think can have with people. But to start off with, what is self compassion? I think you can also think about self love in a way, and I think it's so important for people to actually understand it and, more importantly, practice it. And so I think I'll start off with kind of just talking about compassion. What is compassion in general, right? Essentially, compassion is just when you're seeing somebody faced with shortcomings or inadequacies or failures, or maybe just not in a great place, that you are extending kindness and care to them and understanding, instead of berating them or criticizing them or judging them, right? That's really what compassion is, right? It's the important thing is the act of extending kindness. And so self-compassion really is just extending that kindness and care to yourself, right? And taking care of yourself. And so I'll kind of share some of the stuff that as the group that I was in, we kind of talked about. Because I really like hearing people's personal stories instead of theories and all those studies and stuff like that. And what was actually quite interesting to me, so a lot of the people who shared, I can understand how people talk to themselves and felt towards themselves, but that was not my experience growing up. And so what I heard was a lot of people beating themselves up when they failed at something, maybe a failed relationship or lost a job or didn't meet a deadline or didn't hit that goal that they wanted. And they would just beat themselves, say, oh, you failed again. Or they might think that they weren't good enough or they don't deserve it. And just other negative self-talk, self-sabotaging. And I was like, wow, I'm like, how do you guys... I'm a pretty simple guy. To me, as I live my life, I just ask myself, is this serving me or not? And if it's not, I'll just let it go. And if it serves me, then I will learn from it. But I also understand that a lot of these self-limiting beliefs and thoughts stem from when people are younger. And so, it's very interesting to hear people's stories. And even the moderators, first time moderator, she did great, by the way. And, for her, she shared that for her, self-compassion is about taking care of herself and her emotional health, her mental health, and her spiritual health. And I was like, yeah, definitely. But I was surprised that she left out another part, which was physical health. Because physical health is just as important, because we're all, like, all of our being is all connected. So with your physical, if you take care of your body, then you'll feel better emotionally and mentally. Spiritual is more of a personal journey, so I'm not going to touch on that. But the same thing with your mental, emotional, right? If you feel good, then you're going to want to take care of your body better, right? We only have one body; it's a temple. You should definitely take care of it. Look after the food that you push inside your body, the vitamins. Do you have enough nutrients? And are you exercising, right? Because if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. And so And I think another thing is that a lot of people shared the experiences of comparison, and that was the theme that I heard that a lot of people talked about. They compare themselves with other people, where they think they should be, what success they thought they had, or what that was imposed upon them, and that was a very eye-opening. Just hearing some stories that people share. And for self-compassion, somebody had also mentioned that that the level of self-awareness or self-reflection that one has can actually give you a better opportunity to be more self-compassionate. And another thing was that someone mentioned by meeting new people, it gave them an opportunity to see themselves in a new light, which I really liked. Because they shared how they kind of saw them in a negative light, and so every time they meet someone new, someone may share something kind or nice about them, and that would remind them that, hey, you know what, I'm not as bad as I thought I was, and I think that is so important. Another thing that was brought up was just having boundaries and just recognizing different patterns that we have. Because again, like, I didn't. My experience is definitely different from a lot of you, and I don't know which parts you can relate to, but I didn't grow up beating myself up for every time I failed at something. Hey, Donna. And so I had a different experience, and I'm not here saying that I'm better or anything like that. That's nothing like that. It's just I just can't relate as much, right? And as people sharing some of their self-limiting beliefs and thoughts and self-deprecating thoughts, I was like, wow, how do you how can you move forward when you have such a huge weight on your shoulders dragging you down as an anchor? And so for me, like, when I grew up as a kid, my parents, they would, come from, I'm Asian background, right? So my parents, I remember in grade 2, I had like straight A's as a kid, and so the next year I got some B's, and my parents are like, "What? Like, why are there B's? You had all A's last year." And I didn't think I was stupid or anything. I was like, I didn't think, what's wrong with me? I thought, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I just got some B's. What's wrong with that? And they said, for them, it's like, we are Asians. We get A's. We are not Bajans. Sorry, bad joke. I just had to do it. Okay. Anyways, but the story is still true. They expected A's, and even with that expectation, I didn't think that I was failing, even with the B's, and so I just said, okay, you know what? I may not have the results I want, but I had enough confidence in myself that I could do it. I just wasn't there yet. Hey Mel, good to see you too. And so, that's kind of been my mantra. It's kind of going through life like, you know what? If I didn't get the result I wanted, if I didn't get the girl I wanted, if I didn't get the job I wanted or whatever, then I said, okay, well, I have some growing to do. And that's kind of just my mindset, just growing up and just trying to just navigate through this thing called life, And even, the thing with negative self-talk for me, it was always, I have it too at times, but it's fleeting, it's very temporary. It'll come in, and then I'll just kick it right out. I'm like, hells no, you are not staying in my mind. I can do it, I'm just not there yet. Okay, and even in my last relationship, it was really, really unhealthy. And going through it, I knew it wasn't the right relationship, but I chose and I took responsibility for choosing to stay in it for much longer than I should have, and I knew better, but I didn't beat myself up for it. I just asked, I just, my mindset and my thought was, you know what? There must be some lessons I need to learn. And so, what can I learn through this? And that's kind of most of my mindset every time I go through struggles or just uh, failures, right? I fall down 7 times, I get up 7 times. You guys ever hear the quote, fall down 7, get up 8, right? It sounds great, but if you think about it, can you really get up 8 times if you only fell down 7? Someone pointed it out to me one time. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm like, you can't get up 8. You can only get up 7 if you only fell down 7. But of course, it sounds better. Fall down 7, get up 8, right? And so that's kind of how I've kind of navigated through life. I didn't beat myself up. I didn't think I was a failure. I didn't think I wasn't good enough. I just said, I'm just not there yet. And I think an important part also is so many times I don't think people are clear with what they think success is. A lot of times, I know for myself growing up, I would take other people's perspectives on what success is supposed to be. Yes, Mel, definitely. What are you doing? You trying to prove me wrong, woman? It's all good. Oh crap! You made me lose my line of thought. What was I talking about? I don't remember. Okay, you know what? I'll get back on it. I'll get back on it. But yeah, when it comes to self-compassion, like, my friends, seriously, I cannot even tell you. When I talk to people, and you know what? It kind of goes back to my post I made a few days ago. Is that quote I had shared. Anytime I talk to somebody who kind of puts themselves down or just beats themselves up, I just remind them, hey, you know what? It's okay. You're exactly where you need to be. And the quote that I shared last time, I think, was, you're not ahead, you're not behind, you're exactly where you need to be. And every time I share that with somebody, I can see their shoulders drop and them just feeling more relaxed and not so stressed. And I think we need that reminder sometimes that, it's good to strive, but sometimes we may not be where we want to be. And it's okay. You're just not there yet. You just have some growth to do, that's all. And, hopefully this serves as a reminder to you. Because I can't even tell you guys. Seriously, I can't even tell you how many times when I talk to people, I see so many amazing qualities when I'm standing in front of somebody or talking to them and just getting to know their heart, their dreams, their goals, and just, what's important to them as a human being. Because everyone on this earth is important, I believe. And sometimes I think we need to be seen by somebody else to just remind us or reaffirm to us that we are important. And so this is my reminder to you, my friends. Okay? And let's see here. There was also another thing that, again, you need to fill your cup first before you can truly help other people. Okay? And that just goes to, again, that's a part of self-love, self-compassion, right? It's that you value yourself enough that you're going to take care of yourself. It could be yoga, it could be exercising, it could be treating yourself to a massage. Oh my gosh, I love massages. Can you tell I'm a physical touch guy? But it's so important, my friends. You need to take care of yourself before you can truly take care of somebody else. If you have children, oh my gosh, that is so important. Again, you need to take care of yourself, my friends. And when it comes to self-compassion, there were a couple of things that people has shared that could help somebody, and one of them is to write a letter to yourself as a friend. Because if you think about all the negative self-talk sometimes that you say to yourself, would you ever say that to a friend or someone that you loved? Of course not, right? But so why do you say it to yourself? I hope from this day forward that you start to be more aware and conscious, and just stop it whenever you are aware. But one of the exercises is write a letter to yourself, but in the form of as a friend, and just build yourself up. Say, you are kind, you are a great friend, a great daughter, or a great son, or a great friend. You're loyal, you're hardworking. Whatever qualities that you see in yourself that you deem are positive. Okay? And just remember, how would you treat a friend, right? And just treat yourself that way, and or better. And another one, again, it's just in the line of just writing, is just a daily journal, right? A self-compassion journal that every day you kind of process things through just on that day, where you can just write down in journals. Just get it out. Okay? Get all the negative energy out that you need to, and just process it. Okay? There's something in transferring energy towards a different medium, if you will. And then also change your critical self-talk. Okay? First of all, you have to be aware of it when you're actually doing it, and then just reframe things. It's okay, and acknowledge that you have self-critical talk to yourself, but it's very important that you start to reframe it, though. Because that's what's going to actually help you make some significant changes to yourself. And again, going back to what is success. So that's my question to you. What is success to you? What do you really actually want? And do you need to get clear on that for yourself? Because if you're not, then it'll just make the journey a little more difficult. I'll just say that. And just remember, love is much more powerful than fear. Don't allow fear to dictate what you think and what you do. But just remember this as well. I don't know if you ever thought about this. There's only one place that fear can actually exist. And that's in our minds. Just think about that. Fear is actually not real, if you will, in the world here, right? So it only exists here. So the more you're here, the more likely you'll have negative self-talk and fear kind of take over your thought process. So my recommendation and encouragement to you is to, where is it? Here it is. Live life, my friends. Go do more, people. Come on. And be open to receiving. I think sometimes we hear, it's better to give than to receive. But the truth is, there can be no giving without receiving. And so, just a reminder is to be open to receiving. Okay? I don't know if I have anything else on top of that to really share. But, well, okay, last thing I'll share. It's been interesting to me to see people struggle through all this, because like I shared before, I didn't grow up having a lot of negative self-talk. I had enough confidence, and just, I don't know, I was just very logical. Like, does it serve me? Yes? Okay, cool, I'll use it. Does it serve me? No. Okay, I'll get rid of it. I don't know, I was a very simple kid, I guess. And but to hear people go through what they go through, I was like, man, that's I can't imagine, to be honest. And so I had something else I was going to share. I don't remember. Man, I think it's getting late. Frick, it's 11:10. My brain's not working. Honestly, I had a full day. I had meetings after meeting after meeting until I think I finished around 9 o'clock tonight. So my brain's a little. So I'll just kind of leave it there. I just want to say again, I love you, my friends. You are all amazing, and you just need to remind yourself that. Okay, you are unique, and you are meant to be that way. Just embrace how unique you are, and the beautiful qualities that you have. Okay, if you ever need a reminder, you reach out to me, okay, and I'll tell you how amazing you are and how much I love you and I believe in you. Okay, all right, have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.